There are three words I want to cover with you in today's video. One is about simplifying algebraic fractions. The second one is evaluating and solving is the third word. Simplify just means maybe turn it into one fraction instead of this case two fractions. Evaluate just means work out what the value of this will be when you put a number in. And the third one, solve, which means you're trying to find what value for x will make this whole equation true, will make it true. Okay, so let's have a look at the first one, simplify. So to simplify it, I need to get the common denominator to be the same. I need to get the denominator to be the same. So then I can just add on to the top. So the lowest common denominator is equal to 6. So how do I turn this particular term here with 6 on the bottom? Well, I multiply it by 2. Now, that's on the bottom. And I have to multiply the top by 2 as well. Because if I multiply it by 2 over 2, this 2 over 2 is equal to 1. So I can do that, and it turns the bottom one into 6 as well. So I'm going to get 4x on the top and 6 on the bottom. So this is the same expression, but it is the same term, but it is just expressed with 6 on the bottom. And the other one, what I need to do is the x over 2. I need to have this 6 on the bottom as well. So what did I multiply it by? Well, I multiplied it by 3 over 3. And that gives me this to be 3x on the top. So I've now got 4x over 6 plus 3 over 6, which is equal to 7x over 6. So that's it simplified. Okay, now let's move on to the next one. Now, when we're told to evaluate an expression, you'll notice we're going to just replace the 2x of this here, 2x over 3 plus x over, that's supposed to be an x, over 2 with 3. So I'm just going to do that. I'm going to go 2 times 3 divided by 3 plus 3 divided by 2. 6 over 3 plus 3 over 2. That's equal to 2, and that's equal to 1.5. That's equal to 3.5. So the answer to that is 3.5. You'll notice that I didn't get common denominators here. I could have done that. I could have turned it all into 6 and done that, but I didn't bother because I know that 6 over 3 is equal to 2, and I know that 3 over 2 is 1.5. But I could have turned this into 6 as well. And again, the answer I get would be this. Okay, so now lastly, we're going to do the solve, which is really what this video is about solving. Now we're trying to find what value for x will make this equation true. We have the equals here, which means it's an equation. So all the stuff on the left-hand side has to be equal to the stuff on the right-hand side. Because it's an equation as well, anything I can do to the left-hand side, I can do to the right-hand side. So the first thing I notice, I want to get the LCD, the lowest common denominator, is equal to 12. Okay, because 6 divides into 12, 4 divides into 12, and 3 divides into 12. I'm going to use this fact to get rid of these fractions here. Okay, so now doing things nice and slowly, I'm going to multiply this by 12, which is 12 multiplied by 3x minus 1 over 6, minus 12, open bracket, x minus 3 over 4, equals 12, open bracket, 4 divided by 3. Okay, so I've multiplied everything by 12. You will notice that 12 divided by 6 is 2. So this here, 12 divided by 6 becomes 2. So I can rewrite this as 2, 3x minus 1. You will notice that 12 divided by 4 is equal to 3. So I can write this as being minus 3 times x minus 3. And you will notice finally that 12 divided by 3 is 4. So I can write 4 is equal to 4, sorry, I'll do this in black, is equal to 4 times 4. Okay, so now I can just multiply this out. I'm going to get 6x minus 2 minus 3x plus 9. Be careful, because minus 3 by x gives you minus 3x. Minus 3 by minus 3 gives you plus 9. And that's all equal to 16. So now I get all my x's together. So let's do these 6x minus 3x is 3x. And that's minus 2 plus 9 is equal to 16. And that means I'm going to get 3x is equal to 16 minus 9 plus 2. So let's just check that. I have 6x minus 3x, that's 3x. I still have my minus 2 and my plus 9 here, and I wrote my 16 down over here. And now I need to add 9 to both sides to get rid of this. So subtract 9 from both sides, so to say, that's minus 9 and minus 9 here. and that will cancel this out. And then I need to add 2 to both sides, which will cancel this out, and there. So now my equation becomes 3x, because these 2 are all gone, is equal to 16 minus 9 plus 2. So that's equal to 16 minus 9 is equal to 7 plus 2 is 9. So 3x is equal to 9. That means x equals 3. X equals 3. So that's your answer. When you're doing it, make sure you put a little box around it or write A and S beside it so that the person marking will know what you've done. So the answer is x equal to 3. If I substitute that back in here, let's do it in green. I'm going to have 3 times 3, that's 9. Minus 1 is equal to 8 divided by 6. So I'm going to have 8 divided by 6 minus, I'm now going to have x equals 3. So minus 3 is equal to 0. So I'm going to get 0 here over 4 is equal to 4 over 3. Well, 0 over 4 is 0, and 8 over 6, if you simplify it, is equal to 4 over 3. So you get 4 over 3 is equal to 4 over 3. And indeed it is. 4 over 3 is equal to 4 over 3. So when you do this, you're going to get the value x equals 3, which is correct. You've now solved it. There's one more of these. Let's have a look at the last one. So here's the equation we've got to solve. We're trying to find the value of x which satisfies this. So we got the 3 different fractions on the bottom, 3 different denominators. The common denominator, the one that they will all divide into, is 12. So LCD is 12. So I'm going to multiply both sides by 12. So that's going to be 12, open bracket, x minus 2 over 3, plus 12, x minus 3 over 4, is equal to 12, x minus 1 over 2. So doing the same thing to both sides because it's an equation, the left-hand side and the right-hand side. I'm doing the same thing to both sides. Okay, so like we did the last time, 12 divided by 3, this here is equal to 4. So I'm going to get to 4 into x minus 2 plus 12 divided by 4, these 2 here, is 3. So 3 into x minus 3. And that's equal to 12 divided by 2 is 6. So that's going to give me 6 into x minus 1. You now multiply it all out, being careful for minuses and minus and things. Now I'm going to get 4x minus 8 plus 3x minus 9 is equal to 6x minus 6. Okay, now we need to get all our x's onto one side and all our numbers on the other. So I've got a 4x here and a 3x. That's 7x. I have a 6x over here, and I need to get that to the other side. So I need to subtract 6x from both sides. So I'm going to have a 4x plus 3x. You know, you could have just written down 7x there immediately, but however, I'm just taking it slowly so you can see. And then minus 6x from both sides, so minus 6x. That's all my x's done. That's done, that's done. So now all my x's are on one side. Now let's get the numbers together. I have a minus 6 over here already, which is there, minus 6. I have a minus 8 and a minus 9 on this side, but they need to be added on. I need to do a plus 8 and a plus 9 to both sides. So I'm now going to get plus 8 plus 9. So I'm going to get 4 plus 3. Let's look over here again. 7x minus x is 6x. Sorry, is 1x. 7x minus 6x is 1x. And now we've got 8 and 9 is 17. 17 minus 6 is 11. So the value of x is equal to 11. And if you plug that back into this here, you should get, this equation should be solved. And when you do plug it into the equation, you can see you're going to get 11 minus 2 is 9. 9 divided by 3, that's equal to 3. You're going to get 11 minus 3 is equal to 8. 8 divided by 4, that's equal to 2. So 3 and 2 is 5. And that's equal to 11 minus 1 is 10 divided by 2 is 5. So you've got 3 plus 2 is equal to 5. So that's the correct answer. X equal to 11 is the correct answer. Okay, I hope that helped. Thank you very much. Talk to you soon.